Hi folks, this is Expat Aviator, and I thought I'd give you a little short guided tour of ORBX's Milford Sound, and this is one of the destinations which will feature in the new Fly UK franchise, which is as yet unnamed. This is a place that I got to visit by air back in 2003 whilst I was on holiday, and what they actually do is people that are staying in Queenstown, and they will either get a flight over and then they'll take a little boat tour, and then a coach will take them back to Queenstown, or they do it in reverse. They do the coach and then the boat, and then they fly back from here. And what I elected to do was just to fly out, hang around for an hour, and then just fly straight back. And the arrival, we're actually, the nose is pointing almost towards where Queenstown is, and you arrive really high over the hills. You descend in the little sound, as it's called, and then you go out to the coast and turn around and come back. So what I'm going to do is show you almost what a circuit looks like. They do sometimes land on the runway we're going to take off on, although the preferred way to land is the opposite direction. That's the way we'll come back in, and they do a very tight, scary little circuit to come in on this runway. So there we go, hill straight in front of us, and we're going to take off, turn to the right, and then follow the sound out to the coast. I must admit, this Carenado Cessna Caravan seems very keen to over talk, so we'll try not to do that. Okay, there we go. Pretty light wind today. Speed's alive, T's and P's look good. 60, 70, we'll rotate there. Okay, and immediate turn to the right. So the deal is, the outbound aircraft will be on the north side of the sound, and the inbound aircraft will be on the south side of the sound. So that to the left that you can see there, that's called Sinbad Gully, and the big hill up here is called the Devil's Armchair. Let's not crash into the water. The valley directly in front of us is the valley for the Harrison River, and the peak just up here is called the Lion. And this corner here is called Williamson Point, and this is a point we must be none above 1500 feet. Between a line from Williams Point and Pater Point, I think it is, over on this side, which we're not going to be today. So let's just slow down a little bit. Most of the sounds in New Zealand, I believe, are actually formed by glacial flow, and there's two significant glaciers that are still in New Zealand. The Franz Josef and the Fox Glacier, both of which are pretty small these days as compared to how they were. In fact, I've got a Kiwi friend, and she'd not been up to see them for a while. She'd been living in England, and she was kind of upset when she saw how small they were. It was pretty sad. So we've got another waterfall out on the right here, and that is Stirling Falls. It's actually a reporting point for outbound and inbound aircraft, just to let everybody know where they are. Okay, and the corner that you see that's just turning round to the right, that's called Dale Point. That's another reporting point. There are other reporting points for when you're actually arriving from the sea direction or from the east, which is called the Eastern Passes, and that's the most common way all of the aircraft that fly from Queenstown doing these pleasure flights. They actually come from the Eastern Passes, descend in the valley like this, come out to the open ocean that you can see there, and then turn around and come back in. So we're hugging the northern side of the valley, as if we were a departure right now. And what we'll do is hug this valley, and then we're going to turn back around to the south. So it's probably a good idea that we slow down before we do this. the bay is actually called Anita Bay. So let's crank it on round. So we've got no passengers on today. Give everybody an exciting time. Right, there we go. And now we're heading back in, so we'll hook the south side on the way back in. There's a couple of other points that you'll get to see. And most of the traffic that I saw when I was here were helicopters and Britten-Norman Islanders, which were built on the Isle of Wight. And somehow made it all the way out here. I expect they probably shipped them out here. So that point there that you can just about see is called the elephant. I think that's its eye, trunk, ear and the back of its neck. And again, this is the lion as seen from the other side. I haven't quite spotted why this one's called the lion. Between the elephant and the lion is Stirling Falls again, which is here. So right where that little boat is where Williamson Point and Pater Point are, which again we would need to be not above 1,500 feet. And arrivals that are coming from the east over here are not below 3,000 feet at that point. Just coming into view, Sheerdown Peak, and there's another little waterfall here which is by the harbour where the boat leaves, and the airfield's right there. So you really do have to hug this southern side of the sound in order to make this in. So when we come around this corner, we'll start slowing down for the approach. Want to be landing 70 or just below 70 in the caravan on the strip of this length, and we're full of fuel. Good old Carenado's no concept of saving panel states, which is extremely annoying, especially when you're trying to set up their terrible G1000. Oh well, what can you do? Right, we'll go full flap and start bringing our speed right back. Keep hugging this wall and start the descend as well. So that's the harbour. This is the runway right there. Okay, 70 knots. We'll try and maintain that if at all possible. So yeah, if we were going to land on the other runway, we would make a 1,000-foot downwind circuit of sorts to come in. I can't imagine how that would work. Especially with all those massive mountains all around. Right, okay, looking pretty good. Speed's good. Full flaps, gears down, T's and B's are fine, all the lights are on. Try and let the speed bleed off a little bit if it's all possible. And then I'll be on the brakes in the reverse. Should be able to get off on the first little taxiway on the left, in theory. And there's the speed a little bit low. Nose gets high in the caravan when you slow, but that's okay. Kill the power. On the reverse on the brakes. In. there you go, folks, just a quick little look at Milford Sound and some of the things that you've got to look forward to in the new New Zealand franchise from Fly UK, and we'll have some more details to follow when they're available. Thanks for watching. See you later.